Welcome back to another episode of Morning Coffee. I say another episode because I don't remember which episode that I'm on, but this is the first one of 2024. So, we're all glad to be here. And someone's a little angry that they can't be here. I got one of my cats clawing at the door to get in here, but got my JSP mug. As you can see, it's been used already. Man, it's a good cup of coffee when it's got you, when you break a little sweat, when it gets you a little hot, breaking a little sweat. You got just the right amount of caffeine in that scoop that you put in. Hey, thank you. We're doing a show here. So yeah, morning coffee is back. Took a little break from it, but making a lot of changes this year. But before I get into those changes and what they are, I figured I'd share a little treat with everybody, all the morning coffee crew. If you've been here, especially since episode 1, or if you've just at least watched and listened to episode 1, then you remember my stories and tales of the Little League baseball team, my dad, and all that stuff. Well, randomly, I got sent 3 photos of me as a kid from my mom the other night. She was sending them to me and Ariel in a group chat, I guess just to show Ariel. You know how moms do. They want you to see the old pictures of their boyfriend. So noticed one of them, I had my Rockies shirt on. So not that anyone doubted me, but, figured everyone would want to see. So there it is. There's me in my Rockies shirt. Yeah, terrible phase of life right there. But we kept the shirt to remember it. So yeah, that's me. I was a very blonde kid. But yeah, so the changes this year. Man, I've been playing a lot of pickleball. I know I mentioned this once or twice on this channel before, but me and Ariel both said, man, we haven't. Last year we kind of our thing was we're just going to stay in the house. We're going to quit going out. We're going to really buckle down and get to work. And for me, that work included YouTube, which I started and have, now it's grown to over 200,000, which is awesome. And that was our kind of year to say, hey, let's just buckle down, stay inside the house, quit going out, quit spending money, and let's just like make some progress towards, some things we're wanting to do. And that's nice. And that worked out good. But man, by the end of the year, it just got to where, man, we just need to add some changes, change the routine, do a little more, go out a little more, but we didn't want to, by going out. Yeah, it's nice to go out sometimes, like at night and stuff, but that it's not necessarily what we meant. Like, let's go out and, woo. We just needed to get out. So I know for her, she started going out to some Pilates classes. She usually does that in the house, in her room. She has to do Pilates in, but signed up for some classes just to get out and just, be around other people, socialize, and just, it's good for you in more ways than one. So she's been doing that. Me, since I think December 23rd, I've been playing pickleball. A lot of you may not know or didn't hear me mention, I may have mentioned this before. I was actually a very good tennis player back in the day. I was on the tennis team. I was on the high school tennis team when I was in middle school, when I was in 7th grade and 8th grade. And I think I quit sometime around 10th grade. Okay. So, but I had played long before that to get that good. So I was really good. And then I just quit, and I hadn't played probably in 14, 15 years now. But, you always, as a real true tennis player, you always have that itch to swing something at a ball. And, so I got into pickleball when my dad had this birthday party. He loves pickleball. My dad, he's obsessed with pickleball. He's 71 years old, and he gets out there and plays pickleball multiple times a week. He's been doing it for years, and he's pretty good. So he had some birthday party on the 23rd, and he got his whole family to come to this pickleball place, and we all played pickleball. Okay, you get the idea. So it's all been slowly coming back, my tennis skills, and they've been making me, progress in how good I am. Um, to the amazement of many people who are like, you've only been playing a month. Or I guess a little over a month now at this point. But I'm like, yeah, well, I got a tennis history. And they're like, oh, okay. So yeah, at first I played like once a week, and I would come home, ankles just aching, knees, joints sore, my back, my shoulder. But I've gotten used to it now. Now I'm playing anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week, and I play for about 3 to 4 hours at a time. Me and Ariel get up at 5:45 a.m., where we were just getting up at 8:30. She's got to log on to her work from home job at 8:30. So, fellas, if she gets up at 8:30, that means I have to get up at 8:30. So, but now we get up at 5:45 a.m. every morning. That's something we just started doing in the last 2 weeks. I'm still getting used to that, but I'm going to make it work. And she'll go to her class at 6, and by the time she gets home, it's time for me to leave, and I go play pickleball for a few hours, and then come home, shower, and get to work. But it's been really good. It really has, and it's just for me. It's improved just my life in so many ways. I mean, number one, I needed some exercise. I was getting pretty hefty, and I think now I've lost 10 pounds. I saw a comment yesterday. I don't want to brag, but I did see a comment yesterday that said I looked a little healthier and looked like my face was slimming down a little bit. So, that's always, I mean, is there any better compliment? I don't care if you're a man or a woman, when when you're getting in the gym, or even when you're just doing anything to move towards getting in shape, right? There's no better compliment. Once you make that commitment, there's no better compliment than that first compliment where someone sees some type of little progress, right? Because then you're just like, oh, yeah, I guess I am. I think I see it too. I see what you're talking about. It just makes you want to do it even more. It just lets you know it's working. So that was nice. But I've lost about 10 pounds. My body doesn't ache when I come home from doing it anymore. And more than that, I've met so many new people, man. There are like 20, 25 people there in a given day that I go, and I've met pretty much every single one of them, and every single one of them are so nice, and just friendly and welcoming. And, it's just, open arms to new people like me. And that's just been nice to be around people. And whereas before, I'd go into a gas station. I hope the clerk doesn't even talk to me. I don't want to interact with anybody. I just want to go. And now I find myself, telling somebody, hey, I like your shoes or something, or on a random pass by. It's really bringing me back out socially. So that's nice. I feel those improvements physically and just mentally and just all around. And, even, me and Ariel are just, we're both feeling it. So we're much happier all the time. And so it's been really good. Those are most of the changes that's going on with me. And so now I think it's really brought me back into the headspace where I'd like to do morning coffees again. I like to sit down and talk about, what's going on in my life, because now I'm enjoying it a little more, so, but yeah, with my dad, the dad's always going to find himself worked into some conversation when we're on morning coffee. My dad is Pickleball Paul. His name is also Paul, but many of you know he is a reverend. He's been a preacher since long before I was born, and to this day he is still a preacher. Still preaches at 71 years old, and the only thing he loves more than pickleball is the Lord. But it's close. It's close. So he loves pickleball so much. It's adorable. He decided, why not combine these two things I love, the Lord and pickleball? And so he wrote a book and got it published. Now, and this isn't going to be on Oprah's top 10 list or anything. I mean, don't expect any, golden medals to be put on the cover. But let me get it for you real quick, because we went, like I said, he had a pickleball party for all his kids, me, my 3 older sisters, and all their husbands, and Ariel came, and he handed out, we each got a copy of this book for free. Okay. Which is, all right. So let me just show you this book. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Life Lessons from Pickleball by Reverend Paul White Jr. Yeah, he's junior. Look at that. You got little pickles in the background playing pickleball. And you see he's got a white, you may, and honestly, I don't know if this is supposed to be on purpose, but this looks very similar. This pickle man right here looks very similar to my dad. I don't know if he meant to do that or what, but you got this little corgi here. You may wonder, why is this corgi here? Well, that was our childhood dog, Rocky. Yeah, that's right, Rocky. Did you forget episode 1, or maybe it was episode 2 again, where I told you the only things that matter to my dad besides the Lord and pickleball, the only names you need to know: Rocky, Rambo, Andy Griffith, Walker, Texas Ranger, and Elvis Presley. Okay. Look, we even got it signed, by the author himself. But it broke my heart. This is, wow, we got an action shot of him in here, clearly about to hit a smash winner. We got a pickleball trophy. I don't know if that's his or if he just slipped that in there off Google Images, but no, yeah, listen, this combines the Lord and pickleball, life lessons from pickleball. It's more so like life lessons, from a religious standpoint with pickleball. And it broke my heart when I got it, because he is so excited about this book. This is his second book he's ever published. Yeah. It broke our hearts because we all got a copy. And so we were kind of like just flipping through it right there in the pickleball place. And I mean, immediately, like at least in the first 2 pages, there are no less than 4 spelling errors. And it's not him. I'm sure he wasn't the one who typed this. I don't know who typed this, but whoever did was drunk or something, because it broke our hearts and we couldn't tell him. I'm pretty sure none of us have told him still. And I don't know if he's like read his own book or what and doesn't realize it, but boy, oh boy, there are some spelling errors in here. Let me see if I can find one just in the first 2 seconds. But anyways, there's your book. Now, the funny thing about this book is my dad, you just got to know my dad, and he, first of all, now that I'm like actually pretty dang good at pickleball, he, we know how he is by now from all the stories. He loves to show off his kids who are into sports. And so even still, after all these years, he hadn't changed a bit. And anytime I walk into that pickleball place, he will introduce me. He's 71, so he'll introduce me, even though it's people by now who I've been introduced to about 2 to 3 times. He'll be like, "Hey, Joe, this is my son." He'll like stop everyone's game. Hey, Joe, this is my son. His name's Paul. I'm also Paul. 2 Pauls. That'll be easy to remember. That's his line. Then like literally 3 minutes later, like some lady will walk in. Hey, Lauren. Look, Lauren. Hey, Lauren. This is my son, Paul. He's Paul and I'm Paul. That's Paul and Paul. That should be easy to remember. So, and then we'll see those same 2 people like next week, and but hey, same thing all over again. And it's embarrassing. Okay. But, yeah, aside from that, he will trap people off to the side when we're waiting to play a pickleball game or something. And, you got to share the court. So maybe, he's on the sidelines until a court comes open after someone finishes their game. And man, he'll get somebody who doesn't know about his book. Oh, if he asked you if you know about his book, you better say yes. Or I'll tell you what, he knows that book. That's probably why he hasn't read it, to see if there's any errors, because he knows that book word for word, frontwards and backwards. And he'll just pull you off to the side and be like, "Hey, brother, yeah, so I recently published a pickleball book. It's called Life Lessons from Pickleball. And see, one thing about pickleball, when we have partners and we're playing, I want my partner, I don't want him to play the exact same way that I play. I don't want him to have the same strengths on the court that I do. I want him to be strong in the areas that I'm weak. And that's just like with us with the Lord. We want him, he's strong where we're weak. And that's why we make such good partners, which is nice, but he will recite every single life lesson that is in that book, word for word. And then he'll be like, "Yeah, so if you're interested, you might want to pick up a copy." And it's like, well, I don't think he's going to buy it now. You just told him the whole, he's already heard the whole book. But yeah, I've heard him recite that book several times to people. It's amazing, honestly. But yeah, that's what I'm into lately. And yeah, I'm really getting into it. I'm starting to like buy Nike clothes, like athletic clothes and stuff. I'm becoming one of those guys who just wears like sporty clothes and stuff all the time. Cause hey, you can catch me at Sticky Fingers, eating a plate of wings. And if you want to go, we can go find a court, play some pickleball right now. I'm always ready for pickleball. Right. But no, over the weekend, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a pretty fun one. Me and Ariel convinced our friend, this is our best friend since high school, and it just so happens he's our neighbor now. When I moved into this house, didn't even know, but found out he lives just, literally 4 houses up the street. So I've been trying to get him to come to this place that me and Ariel found. It's called, it's called the I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little circle of shops, not even shops, just businesses. And one, like, got a couple food places, and then you got like one of those like axe throwing places and the rage room, and then they got this like arcade. But me and Ariel found it, like, they do not advertise this place, and we just found it by accident one day. And man, if you don't know, I am a wing connoisseur, buffalo wing connoisseur. I am addicted to wings. I have wings at least 3-4 times a week. And before, I had my favorite wing place, and then we went here and they blew them out of the water. It's called the Fair House in Taylors, South Carolina. It's called the Fair House. And listen, I love this place because every time me and Ariel go, it's never busy. There's only like one other, group of people there, like at a table way off in the distance. It's never packed. It's never busy. Everybody's always really nice there. And then anything you order, it's one of those places, anything you order, I don't care how small of a side or whatever you think this is, it's going to be huge and overdone, like way over the top. Like the pretzel, you can get one of those salted pretzels, and it comes with like beer cheese and stuff. And it's like literally holding a steering wheel, like a Hummer steering wheel. That's how big it is. And everything is like that. And so, of course, I see they only offer the wings. You can get 3 wings. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm a 6 wing guy. I'm a six wing man. I'm 230 pounds. Well, I guess I should say 220 now, because I lost about 10 pounds. But yeah, I'm a big boy. I need 6 wings. Well, now I see why they sell them, 3 wings, because these things are the whole, like, this is half a chicken in each wing. And man, they are so good. They're smoked wings. I usually get buffalo wings, but sometimes I'll just get them plain. And I like to get them plain here because they're just so good. They don't even need anything. They just, the meat just falls off the bone. These are the best wings I have ever had in my life. And they didn't pay me to say that. But, if you want to throw me a couple extra wings next time I come, that'd be cool. But no, these are the best wings I've ever had at the Fair House. So I'm telling Hunt, man, you got to come down. He loves wings too. I'm like, man, you got to come down here with us, man. It's never packed. They got the best wings. And then anything else you order on top of that, it's great. Everybody's nice. And then literally in the same parking lot right across the street, they got this place called Pinky's Revenge. It's an arcade. And you can go in there and just pay like a $30 cover fee and play one or all of the 50, 60 old school retro arcade machines. I mean, they got Dr. Mario. I mean, anything that probably the generation just slightly before me would get a lot of nostalgia from. And they got pinball and everything. And then in the back, they got air hockey, and they got some pool tables. Well, me and him like to play pool. And so, yeah, it's just a little time, secluded away. It's never packed. It's not a ghost town, but it's never, it's a nice place. It's just my style. And so we get there, and I'm like hyping this place up. And he makes a joke. He's like, watch all the stuff you tell me just not be what it is today. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be crazy. And then we get there. Place is packed to the brim. Like, we can barely find 3 seats together. So already I'm like, he said, I thought you said this place was never packed. I'm like, it's not. I guess the word got out about the wings. But so no big deal, right? So when I told him to, I was like, they even got your favorite IPA there. They do serve beers, and I was like, they got your favorite IPA there, man. I don't like them myself. I think they're gross, but they got your favorite stuff there. So we get there, and they're like, oh, we just just out, fresh out. Gave the last one to somebody. Yeah. So he was like, oh, great. That's two things that weren't what you told me. And then we order the wings. He's like, I got to try these wings that you keep. I've been talking about these wings for weeks. So I got to try these wings so you'll shut up about them. They bring out these wings. I'm telling them how jumbo they are. These are like whole chickens, man. They bring out the most pitiful little wings I've ever seen. I don't, and I don't want to bash the Fair House. I'm sure any other time you go, because any other time I've gone, they've been huge, and I'm sure they didn't just pick their worst wings for us. I think that the restaurant just got a small batch in. The chickens weren't eating much this season. They weren't hungry. So, yes, but they were still amazing. They were great. And he did say that. He's like, no, but these seriously are great wings. Some of the best wings he's ever had. But they were so small. So like everything I was trying to tell him about this place just didn't happen. But he was still impressed, and he wants to go back in one of the weekends to come. But so anyways, we finished there. And but another thing about this place is why it's so great. The place is covered in art that is just my style. Okay. For instance, there's this picture of this llama with like a little hairdo, and he's holding a cup of coffee, and he's just smiling. And I remember telling Ariel, I was like, that looks like me when I'm doing my morning coffee. And I actually Google searched, and I found the exact artwork that they have in this place. So here it is. Tell me that. Hang on. Look, let me get my bed head, my morning coffee hair, and get my little mug. And tell me that doesn't look just like me. I love it. I was like, man, I need one of those in the house. But not only that, that's the only piece of art that you'll see in that place that doesn't have a cat involved in it somewhere. Yeah, I know. We're cat lovers over here, right? I mean, this place has like funny sayings painted on these funny pictures of cats all over the place. Like you go to the bathroom. I'm going to Google before I post this, and so maybe I'll flash it up right here if I can find it. But there's this picture in the bathroom, and it's like you look up, you're doing your business, and you look up, and there's this piece of art right here, and it's a cat lifting its leg up, licking itself, and it says, remember to wipe. I mean, I don't think there's any art that I would enjoy more than just funny cat bathroom humor when I'm in the bathroom of some place. So, I mean, I don't know where this place has been all my life, but they found their customer base. I mean, you got good wings and you got cat art all over the place. I mean, that's me. That's me, baby. So yeah, great place. So me, Hunt, and Ariel, we head across the street because we want to play a little pool. And there's three of us, so I mean, none of us are like pool whizzes or anything, or sharks. What do you see? I don't even know the proper term. Pool sharks, pool piranhas, or whatever they call it. But yeah. So we're gonna play Cutthroat, which is pretty much a game where three people can play, and so each of us have our own balls that are ours. And so anyways, we get started, and we knock all of Ariel's balls into the pockets off top. So she's eliminated. She didn't even get a chance to hit the ball. She's just like, oh man. She never plays pool, and so she's out. Right. But the second game, she starts, or when she gets her turn, she finally gets her turn, she starts nailing every ball. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. It started out like, oh, you got one. Oh, you got two in a row. Watch out here. Watch out, boys. I wish I knew some famous pool player, but we got Pool McGee over here. But then it just keeps going. Like, she won't stop hitting balls in. Like, she's banking them. She's like, pretty sure she did like a behind the back. Whoosh. I was expecting one of those like movie montage songs to play. Dun, 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 dun. She's just waltzing around the table, just hitting between the leg shots, and just hitting three balls in at a time, and just, I mean, she is killing it. And me and Hunter just looking at each other like, what the heck? And she doesn't know, you know, deep down, she doesn't know how she's doing it. She doesn't play pool, but she's just like, yeah, guess I just found my groove. I'm like, yeah, okay. But it was so funny. So she beats the crap out of us on that game. And so now it's on the third game, it's her turn to break. I don't know if anybody's not familiar with break. It's basically the start of the game where all the balls are in that little triangle and you break them, right? So she just loses 101% of her skill when it's time for her to break. She's like, I have to break. Oh, I don't know if I can do. I don't know. I've never done that before. I'm like, it's literally just do what you just hit that ball like you've been. She's like, I'm only used to hitting one ball at a time. I'm like, you're still only hitting one ball at a time. You're hitting that white ball. He's like, no, I can't. I don't know how much force or what trajectory to. And I'm like, babe, just hit it. Just hit it. You're fine. So she's just like, literally goes to shoot, and like the pool stick somehow just goes straight up in the air, almost like goes up her nostril, like tips my hat, like I don't know what happens. Drops the pool cue. Like, how did this happen? You were just like top tier level pool player 2 minutes ago, and now you're crumbling before our eyes because you have to break. Something about her breaking at the start of the game has to. So I'm like, babe, try again, just relax, just hit it right there in the middle. It's fine. She's like, they're not gonna go far enough. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. We'll still play. There's literally no way that you could mess up this break. Okay, just to take a little pressure off her. So she's like, okay. So she goes, bink, and let me tell you, that was the most pitiful. Like literally, when she hit the ball, it went. Like just the most wimpy, pathetic break I've ever seen. The balls didn't even break apart, not even a little bit. The cue ball just kind of like politely shimmied and excuse me. Let me just like shoved its way past the balls into the middle of the triangle. And so like nothing went anywhere except the cue ball like shimmied its way into the middle. It was hilarious. I was like, okay, I guess it is possible to mess up a break. But yeah, we had fun doing that. That was a fun time. But yeah, but even back at the fair house, like Ariel, we had a really nice, guy serving us, and Ariel's just, what you got to understand about her is she's just so, I mean, you guys have seen her on live. She's so cheerful, great energy, very positive all the time, very nice and very friendly to everybody when we're out in public and around other people. And so she's just very go with anything, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, sure, And so and so sometimes it gets her in just interesting situations because she's like that. And but I love that she's like that. But it was so funny because what she got, I don't remember what she ordered, maybe a salad or something. But she got a side order of fries, and these are pretty big, the big thick cut fries. And so we're at that, that place still, the fair house, and we're all pretty much ready to go. And I know for a fact she was done with her fries. Like she had like 5 fries left, and this was a big plate. I know she's done. It's all pushed, forward, the slight nudge forward of your plates when you're done. And, these can be taken away now. So we're sitting there waiting, and, the guy, he's just being nice, and he comes up and he asks her, he's like, you want me to get you a to-go plate for these? It's literally 5 French fries. It's the only morsel of food left on her plate. He's like, you want me to get you a to-go box for these? And she's like, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. I'm like, I'm in my head, I know you did not want those to go. You don't want those fries. But he's already walked off and everything. I'm not going to be like, hey, Buster, put that box back. She changed her mind. But, it's already done. It's already set in motion. Can't be undone. But I know you didn't want to take those 5 French fries on. What are you going to go home and eat? What are you going to put them in the fridge, or what are you going to set them to the side for a little snack later? You're going to eat 5 French fries? Yeah, you're going to lug that. You're going to lug this to-go box of 5 French fries around for the rest. We still have to go play pool, and we parked like a pretty good walking distance because it was packed this day. So we had to park like in a kind of off out in the dirt. We had to walk through some dirt and loose gravel to get to this restaurant. So she's like, yeah, sure. So he boxes up her 5 French fries. And so we're walking out and I'm like, you didn't want those French fries. And she's like, I know. I don't know why I said that like I do. But my cat, I guess she got bored of the cat TV program I put on for her. So she quit scratching at the door. But so we're walking out and I'm like, now what are you going to, I was like, what are you going to go put those back in the car? She's like, no, it's such a long walk. And it really was. And the arcade with the pool, tables is literally right here next door. She's like, I'll just hold on to them. So we get to the arcade place. And of course they don't allow you to bring in food, from the outside. But the guy's like, so she's stuck with this big standard to-go box of just 5 French fries in it, sliding around in there with every step. So the guy up front, he's like, well, you can leave them here behind the desk with me. We have to leave her friend. Now she don't even want these. Now we got to leave them here with, Arcade Andy up front here, who's just like, giving us a no pass, with these French fries. And he's like, you can leave them here behind the desk with me. And, he just looks like, now that I think about it, he looks like a guy who would steal a couple French fries. We went off we said, okay, we gave him the to-go box. And mind you, it's not very hard to tell if there are still or no longer still 5 French fries in this box. Okay. So we go off to the back. We're playing pool. We're there about an hour or so. And then we leave. And I'm like, hey, babe, don't forget your French fries. She's like, oh, yeah. So she goes and she's like, hey, do you have those fries? And he looked like he was surprised she even came back to ask for them. But he's like, yeah. And he hands us the box. And we get in the truck. We get in my buddy's truck. And we're leaving. And we notice in the to-go box, there's like 2 fries missing. There's 3 fries left. Who does that? What kind of psychopath? Like, I understand if there's like, this is an actual, barely eaten side order of fries. This is an actual, amount that you would take home because there's still, 17 French fries in here. And if you think you want to slip 2, I mean, you still shouldn't do it. But, I understand why you would feel that you could do that and we wouldn't notice, and we probably never would notice. But Buster, there are 5 French fries in here. Now there are 3. 2 are gone. Did you think we just wouldn't notice? Like who? What kind of lunatic would take her fries? I should have known. He's got that look that just says, I steal French fries. Unapologetically. Okay. So that was also interesting. It was a pretty interesting weekend, all just because of that little quick trip right there. But it was fun. I recommend anyone who's in the upstate or ever comes to the upstate of South Carolina, head on down to Taylor's. Very small part, very small city, and they got a nice little setup back there if you can find it. But yeah, hey, good episode of Morning Coffee. Glad everyone came back. Glad we could all get together and start the morning off right, and expect me back here next Monday. Okay. Definitely going to get back into doing this regularly. I would like to try to start doing this live. I didn't want to do it my first one back, I want to get back in my groove first, but what do y'all think about that? Maybe try to start doing a live stream of this instead. And I was even thinking about, I would like to add some segments in where we just, I'm still going to do my thing like I do every episode, but maybe just quick 10-minute segment added on where maybe we, take a caller or, a viewer or listener can call in and we can talk about something, or maybe, I don't know, just like a radio show or something, right? Stuff like that. Give me some suggestions. All right. Even if it's not, if it maybe someone calling in, maybe we got the something of the day we can do, or just, whatever. I'll try to, I guess it's really up to me. I should be thinking of those things, but it sure would help if you guys had some great ideas and let me know in the comments. All right. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope everybody has a great Monday. Hope it made it a little better, and hope everyone has a great rest of the week. I'll see you next time.